My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the Bazaar, and I'm sorry, okay? I'm just sorry in advance. We are going to be playing Dually. I do have the Dualtron expansion unlocked. It is possible that we will end up rolling into a good build, let's say. Something that has been considered quite oppressive over the course of the last couple of days, perhaps. But also, I haven't done that run successfully yet, so I'm still totally allowed. It's totally fine if I do it, right? As long as I don't just become a Dualtron main. Oh boy howdy. If you're gonna give me the companion core, the cute little companion core. Love the art for this. Every 6 seconds, haste adjacent item 2 seconds when you use another friend, charges 1 second, and there's the ignition core on the other side. So this is a build unto itself. You just start focusing on burn and stuff. This is the only core that really ends up staying on the board for that long. I'm gonna take the companion core. Choose an enchanted item plus 6 gold, gold tier skill. I'm gonna go for the enchanted item plus 6 gold because there's a lot of items in the opening pool for Dually that are small that you'd really like to see enchanted for some reason. Oh wow. That's a fun one. Turbo Uzi. Every 2 seconds, deal 10 damage. Then, haste an item for 1 second. You also have the fiery plasma grenade. Slows all enemy items for 1 second. Burn both players for 5. Has double burn. Shielded thrusters. Shielding for 10 times its burn. Certainly going to be the Turbo Uzi here. Not exactly what I was looking for. I'd happily re-roll this at the appropriate event, but I'm also not super mad about it, frankly. Midsworth sells small and large items.
Oh, come on then. Let's get this over with.
Induction Aegis, Alpha Ray, and Gearnola. None of those are actually appropriate enough. I am going to have to take an expensive reroll here to possibly try and find a small item that I want to field. I found 3 small items that I want to field. Yellow Mantis! Let's get this out of the way. These bugs are very efficient at doing what they do. I'd like to get to use them once before they get changed. Yellow Mantis. This is from the Dualtron expansion. The 10 cards that came for Dually in this cycle. Yellow Mantis is one of them. Every 6 seconds, haste 2 items for 1 second. When an adjacent item burns, charge this 1 second. And then you have Black Spider. Every 6 seconds, slow an item 1 second. When an adjacent item poisons or burns, charge this 1 second. And then we also have Bomb Squad, which I'm going to take because you can use this in place of some other things in the field that you otherwise might not have. I don't need Companion Core on the field, so I'm just going to be buying all of these. So there are 5 of these bugs. There are red, green, yellow, black, blue. They all synergize with the items next to them. So Yellow Mantis has a space between it and Black Mantis. Then there will be a blue beetle over here. And then in between them, a red wasp and a green something. I'm not entirely certain the names of the cards yet. So both of these care about seeing an adjacent item burn. And they are also both friends. So I'm going to put them both adjacent to the Bomb Squad, who burns, and when I use an adjacent friend, hastes for 1 second. And then we'll be rolling into our first fight. I can absolutely take any of these. I do like the idea of going for the Kyber drone because Trained is available there, and Black Spider starts at Bronze tier, slowing 1 item for 1 second, but every time it's upgraded, it gets an additional item that is slowed, which is very good for Trained from Kyber drone. Banana Ball for the possibility of hasting all of our items from overhealing at the start of fight is also pretty appealing. Fang Dinglet less so. You know what? I will go Banana Ball, actually. Because Banana Ball also has Duct Tape. And I'm not saying I'm going to be using Duct Tape this run. I'm just saying that there is a world where I end up with a Armadillo, and I have a Duct Tape, and I find a bunker, and I get a defense grid, and, you know, suddenly things start cooking. Oh, it's not bunker I'm looking for. It's robotics factory in that instance. Fuel rod was changed. It's weird. I'm talking about patches that happened to Dually about 2.5 weeks ago, but I haven't played Dually since then, so I haven't really had an opportunity to talk about them. The defense grid is the new version of the fuel rod. Fuel rod was completely removed from the game. Defense grid is the new item in its place. Is a medium item and says whenever you use an adjacent item, shield. Duct tape also still says when you use the item, well, or rather, duct tape now says when you use the item with the left of this, shield fire rather than both adjacencies. But if you get a duct tape and a defense matrix, and you put a armadillo between them, when it goes off, it triggers shield from the duct tape and shield from the defense matrix. And then if you have Robotics Factory causing multicast on the armadillo, it gets another shield from the duct tape and another shield from the defense matrix. And then it goes infinite. Medkit. It's fine. First Aiden does want to go on this board eventually, so I can just put him on. Tiny Fairy Monster, I do have friends, so I can get an experience out of you, thankfully, because I really don't want to have to go to a shop with only 2 gold. Ooh, this is great, though. Lost Crate. You find an abandoned chest. Now, someone told me this recently on stream. This doesn't tell you, but it says silver. Get a medium silver item. Or, sorry, a silver medium item. Even on day 1, it's a silver medium item. Weak point detector. Your weapons gain 10 damage for the fight. When you slow, charge is 2 seconds. Honestly, not bad, especially when I get a second Black Spider trigger. It will be the next thing to go back on the field. And yes, I am discounting the Companion Core. I mean, I already have haste out of the Yellow Mantis and the Bomb Squad and the Turbo Uzi. Like, I can't imagine, you know, the Companion Core giving us haste at the cost of 2 slots on board. Haste I don't need at the cost of 2 slots I do. Oh, God! Icebreaker! Every 7 seconds, deal 100 damage, remove freeze from items. When any item gains freeze, charges 1 second. And when this item gains freeze, remove it. And then you've just got a Yeti Crab for freezing once every 7 seconds. That's really annoying. That's going to be very, that's a lot of damage. I don't have the ability to stack... I mean, to be fair, I am not fielding much damage. I should be able to kill an enemy before, you know, 21 seconds if I'm really being aggressive. It's just, you don't often see an icebreaker this early. Pip teaches bronze tier skills. I'll desperately try not to re-roll here. Artillery, spotter, 5 or fewer items have 10% crit chance. I'm going to take right-handed literally just for the Uzi because it's going to be good for a couple of fights.
She's wonderful.
Let's drop the weak point detector on the field to get some scaling damage. Kina sells non-weapon items. She's quite cheap to reroll as well. Jungle Ruins especially doesn't have anything unique for Dooley, which, like, any other character, I'd be going here, but...
Cast aside your deathstruments!
We aren't any other character. Brick Buddy. When you use an adjacent friend, this gains 10 shield for the fight. Admittedly, very good. I don't think I want to upgrade Bomb Squad, but I could. I feel good about the idea. Brick Buddy's not bad, but like... I don't really do damage yet. 6 triggers of 30 damage, 180 I'm capable of putting out. The weak point detector hits it halfway through its charges, increasing another 30 damage out on the field. It's not big. Burn is going to be responsible for amping up our damage right now. I think I am going to take the Bomb Squad upgrade. And I think I am going to reroll rather than go defense, because I do think that if I defend, I am going to lose. I need to take aggression here, and also take the opportunities that are given to me in the early game when most of the items in the pool are bronze. On day 1, they're all bronze. On day 2, I think 90% still are bronze. That's the best time for me to try and find these bugs, when there's not much competition in the pool. We got our first aid, and I'll be able to sell the medkit for it. Ooh, Mountain Pass! I'll field whatever I need to be able to win. It's a treasure chest. Battery, we collect those. We collect those. I don't think we beat the Rogue Scrapper. I don't do much damage. He has big shield at the start. I wouldn't even get through his shield. Well, I'd get through his shield with the Turbo Uzi, but then he would just kill me. If I had a weapon that could hit more than ammo amount of times, I would just pop the weak point detector on the field and I'd be fine, but I don't have that because it went to Kina. I'm pretty sure I beat Coconut Crab. I'd love to tell you I'm certain about that, but I don't want to lie to you, so I'm gonna stay silent on the matter. Unfortunately, I'm going to need another tiny furry friend in order to get us the experience to get the next level. Yeah, that's what we're worried about. I mean, I heal much more commonly, like twice at least for each Crusher Claw. I just don't want to see that number, that yellow number get much higher. Oh boy. Okay. Good lord. This is not where I wanted to have competition. Crusher Claw. Deal damage equal to the highest shield value of any item you have, and your shield items gain +2 for the fight. I'm gonna keep that for a little bit, just in case. Oh my god. And he sells small items, and he would be really good to go to if I could afford it. Tiny Furry Monster gives us the level up before the next area, but literally Andy sells exactly the subset of items I need. I can't ignore that.
You can't afford it.
I mean, yes, the Uzi getting 2 more ammo is useful for us.
Class had neither.
Gonna be selling the Crusher Claw after the reroll. I do want to buy crypto because it is value. There's another yellow mantis. It's worth selling the weak point detector for.
Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
It gets another haste target. Okay. And here I'm just going to take the opportunity to get as much money as possible with another silver medium. Ballista? Well, that's damage. Well, that's damage. So, Ballista, when you haste, this gains 10 damage for the fight. When this gains haste, charge it 2 seconds. So, I want as many haste triggers as possible on the field. So, First Aid and Yellow Mantis and Bomb Squad between 2 other... Spider. I do want Turbo Uzi on the board as well. I can get a lot more damage out if I put Turbo Uzi on instead of First Aid. A lot more damage out more quickly. So I'll do that. I see. You already have a Golden Blue Beetle and a Power Drill. I mean, you don't have much damage, save, I guess, actually, the Power Drill. Never mind, you have a lot of damage. Let me kill you. Damn it! Ballista. Yeah. Power Drill. When you haste, slow, freeze, poison, or burn. Yellow Mantis on Silver Tier hastes 3 items. Black Spider on Silver Tier slows 2 items. You can see why the Power Drill is going to get kind of nutty here. 2 gold for every friend you have, including in your stash. I'll take 12 gold, thank you. And I will invest it in bugs.
Come on in.
I'm going to invest the money you gave me directly into bugs.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
Oh my god. I bought Race Girl. When you haste, charges 2 seconds. I'm also going to be buying Power Drill.
Enjoy your purchase.
I'm going to sell the crypto for 4 right now because I don't want to get to the next shop and not be able to use it, despite the fact that I could have gotten most of its value right there. Snack time, eating contest, Curio, additional seconds of slow on the Black Spider, additional seconds of haste on the Yellow Mantis. Both matter a lot. Cooldown reduction for the Power Drill matters more in the future than right now.
That's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you.
1% cooldown reduction. I don't know if I spend 2 gold on that right now. I'm actually a little bit, little bit need to keep the money. All right. With a board of hastes and haste matters cards, I'm definitely going to be able to push through the next fight comfortably. Yep, and Eccentric Etherite is exactly who I want to see, courtesy of Rigged. Start of each fight, haste 2 items, 3 seconds. Very, very good when you are playing a haste matters and start a build, speed matters build, which is to say, almost all of the builds in the game.
Seeing spots here.
As much as I love Rigged as a skill, like, I love it because it's powerful. And it is disproportionately powerful, especially considering, like, many of the other things in the game that used to say at start of fight no longer say it. They say when you use your first item, do X. Rigged is still at start of fight. It is absurdly powerful. Didn't get it, but I did get scrap, which could be relevant at some theoretical point in the future, maybe? Kind of still want to hold on to money, so I'm going to go back to the Lost Crate and go for another medium item. Motherboard. Interesting. Motherboard has been changed. Every 5 seconds, haste adjacent items 1 second. When you use an adjacent tech item, charge this 1 second. There might be something in that tech build somewhere. Oh god, B1 and B2 want to be here to upgrade the Black Spider. Again, it's literally against Andy, who is exactly the store I need to be going to. Like, relentlessly. Annoyingly, that is a complete whiff and a second complete whiff. I could have had a upgraded Black Spider, and I chose not to. Why? Outdraw's less damage. It's not significantly faster than Race Skull, because it just sees the Black Spider. That's the only additional trigger, because all of the rest... Well, Black Spider and the burn from Bomb Squad. But I don't think that justifies running the Power Drill over the top of anything else here. Wait, I beat the Eccentric Etherite, didn't I? Oh, yes. I haven't left this stored yet. So I was like, why? Why am I not yet upgraded? I'm being cheated here. Let's get the Black Spider upgrade for an additional slow target. That's also really important because the Red Wasp, I think it is, that would usually be between Yellow Mantis and Black Spider, says whenever an adjacent item hastes or slows, and the Black Spider slows twice at the same time. Yellow Spider hastes 3 times at the same time, which means that it would be incredibly quick. Ooh. That's a fun max skin, and you're a legend. Let's see how you go.
The ultimate secret. Will you get me any closer?
Master of the Sandstorm. But you're running a Candles and Calcinator build. I mean, it's got some good burn damage. I do think I probably got fast enough damage courtesy of the amount of paces we have to be able to push through this.
If you think you've hurt
It wasn't that far from them beating me, though. Like, if I didn't have Turbo Uzi, that contributed not only to a lot of the damage, but also a lot of the haste triggers. Like, if I was running First Aiden instead, I don't think I win that one. Ballista's clearly a damp squib on this board. I can't direct haste directly to it consistently, so it's not really going as insane as Ballista often can. I think I just want to go to Pyre for a burn item here. Damn it. It's another bomb squad. It's not... I mean, maybe I go to Volpark to sell it. If you want to be easier offering to upgrade a bronze item, it would just be Power Drill getting 25 extra damage for me. I do have to say, I feel like this would be a stronger field. And I actually think even this would be a much stronger field. Ballista's really not doing it for us here. Is this a justification for upgrading First Aiden or a justification for upgrading Power Drill? There's a lot more haste on the board. It's an upgrade for Power Drill. Saves us additional money when we upgrade cards that are larger size, because then we don't have to purchase them at their larger size. Yes. Not only can I beat a Hexa, it's also important that I try here because the crypto is super valuable here. Just as additional influx of money. Nitro's pretty good here as well. Burning both players 4 means it's 2 burn charges. And Solar Farm, also pretty nice. Hastes your other items 1 second.
Incompatible with the Hexa software.
Gain 6 regen for the fight, and when you burn, charges 2 seconds. I wish a Hexa had a skill, though. Nitro. Cool. Burn both blades for 4. That's 2 burn triggers that happen at the same time. Like, I could put that between those 2. It's much faster. Even a fully hasted bomb squad doesn't fire as fast as Nitro. And Nitro charges an item when it goes off, and it burns 2 players at the same time, which causes Black Spider and Yellow Mantis both to get 2 seconds of charge out of it. So it's significantly faster. The real downside here is this gets significantly fewer haste triggers. Because every time its adjacencies go off, this would have gotten haste. It otherwise now doesn't. I think it's worth it, though. Okay, so no weapons. There's the Firefly. When adjacent item hastes or slows, charges 1 second. Short-lived value of our Nitro there.
For the good of all.
When the Yellow Mantis goes off, it gives 3 seconds of charge to the Red Firefly. When the Black Spider goes off, it gives 2 seconds of charge to the Red Firefly. And when it goes off, it gives 1 second of charge back to each of the others. Cool. Definitely going to be rolling here. Thrusters, blast, no thank you. And no, weak point detect the GPU, induction Aegis, not really the kinds of thing we're looking for here. I'm going to pop Race Car next to Bomb Squad, as when it goes off, I want it to immediately get a haste charge, giving itself 2 seconds of charge. Yeah. I've definitely put myself in the strongest position I think I can right now.
But you have to trust me.
8% crit chance across the board is significantly better than most of the outcomes I'm going to get here, so I'll take it. Mountain Pass, please give me a fight. I would love it. I'm actually quite in a powerful position right now. I'd like to push my advantage.
You have the metal to be a dervish.
Oh, hell yeah. Another Kenai. Now we're up to 12% crit chance for the entire board. Requando. It's definitely time for me to get rid of Motherboard and Ballista.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
I always get nervous having a full inventory. Ooh, Beach Ball, Shark Ray, Shadowed Cloak. They're doing a fastest fish in the West build.
Bring her about! I've got another salvo in me.
Shamefully, I've got the most beastly bugs in the South. In the bog? The beastliest bugs in the bog? I don't think that reads. Grandmaster, sells skill upgrades. I only have 2 skills, so we would be forced to sell me one of them, but I don't want either really upgraded. It would cost me 20 to get 4% crit chance across the board by upgrading Kenai here. Quicksell, you are 100% here.
Huge items. Price? Don't care.
To sell me bugs. Excuse me? None of these are bugs. Why are you wasting my time without a bug?
Sale, fail, fail, sale.
Now, Volpok, you would never lie to me. You know you've got a bug. That's why you're smiling so big.
Is the ultimate business.
Oh,
Take the deal.
that's a big bug. Bulldozer. Every 7 seconds, deal 20 damage. When you use another friend, this gains 20 damage for the fight. Your other friend's cooldowns are reduced by 20%. I'll also note, day 5 is the first day gold items can appear. I've got that and Crane both in the same store. I'm not gonna... I'd have to put Crane between Ray Skull and Power Drill, and then the rest of the board would have to be as much haste as I can give to those things, and the Crane needs to be able to be fast. No, there's no longevity in that. Bulldozer, however. We're on day 5. First day gold items can show up. It's a 5% chance for gold items to show up. Bulldozer shows up at gold. You don't turn that down.
That one's on sale. Buy 200, get one free.
Instead of using the power drill for our main damage now, I'll be using Bill, and I'm going to be taking the Turbo Uzi off the field. If I get Mandala transformation effects, I'm going to transform the Uzi. If it hits any of the bugs, we're golden. Volbok, you'll also buy Bomb Squad and, yeah, Battery now at a pretty good price. I don't think it's worth re-rolling you. You cost 4 for a re-roll, and then I have to sell a bunch of new things in order to be able to afford anything from you. It's obviously Mod Squad. Unfortunately, your Bulldozer is only Silver tier. Because otherwise it'd be ideal. Oh, my Bulldozer should be on the other side of the field. Wow, beautiful friendship. This is actually great for us. When you use a friend, your weapons gain +3 damage for the fight. No, there is going to come a point where the Power Drill is better to be on board, even though Bulldozer is giving a 20% cooldown reduction. We'll try and keep an eye out for that. Realistically, it'll be when the amount of triggers that I can generate is so high that the cooldown reduction by Bulldozer doesn't matter as much as just having a Power Drill on the board to do the damage. Silver friend. I do like a lot of the friends, but I also hate a lot of the friends. Like, if it's none of the ones I have on the board, I don't really care, so give me the money. Oh, and the experience, please. I mean, Curio for the exact same reason as before.
Just a matter of finding it.
I don't think it's important for me to start collecting proboscis. I do think Insect Wing is relevant here.
Circuits to see that find a home.
I'm also going to take an Eagle Talisman and roll.
Reuse everything.
Yeah, it's the medium-sized items I really care about. Rocket Boots. Actually, hang on. I don't know where I'm going to put that Insect Wing just yet. I also don't really know where I want to put the Eagle Talisman just yet. I'm going to get rid of Nitro rather than anything else at the moment. Rocket Boots. Give your additional second of haste to the Yellow Mantis, who 4.8 seconds into the fight, haste 3 items 1 second. Making that 2 seconds makes it so much more impactful. Then I'll do the same with an additional second of slow on Black Spider. This is getting to the point that with one more upgrade, I might be able to just perma-slow all of their stuff with just the Black Spider. I don't need to do anything about the rest of these. I'll take a B1 and B2 upgrade here. I kind of want to hit it on the Insect Wing for additional cooldown reduction, but I also feel wary of what I would actually be cooldown reducing right now. Like, it theoretically, it should be Ray Skull or it should be Power Drill. Power Drill's not on the board yet. Upgrading First Aid doesn't really do much. Same with the Red Firefly. It'll be relevant for a little bit of time. While I'm still trying to get everything perma-hasted, yeah, that Aiden upgrade will matter.
You may be too sad.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Oh, that's just a lot of weapons. I'm probably dead here. Ugh, it's a lot of weapons and a silver shark claw. I'm quite quick, but I don't know if I'm quicker than that.
Like my
I am
princess
quicker than that.
Bazaar. Another round.
I do think the next volley probably would have killed me, though. What are we looking at? I had like 400 health left. About to fire, 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 about to fire. And they each had... This had 80 damage, I think. Okay, yeah, I do think I was dead there. Hell yeah. We gotta start looking for some large items. Not only because, I mean, you know, there's a possibility of upgrading Bulldozer this early. Which would be lovely if I could get it. But also because Robotics Factory
A customer.
and... Oh, a gold ballista. Still no, but nice to see you. Just because of Robotics Factory and... Dultron! Of course, Dultron! How can I forget Dultron? Tox Glock sells a slow and cooldown items. Oh, you actually sell a subset I care about? Black Spider. Slow. Yellow Mantis. Haste. Bulldozer. Cooldown related. That said, I really do think I should go to Mandala and transform my Uzi. Turbo coolant, you say? It's not what I would have said. I will upgrade the Black Spider for an additional slow target. Still missing a lot of these bugs. Do I ever just give up on getting the Blue Beetle and like max out on damage instead? I definitely beat Lone Shark and I definitely need to.
What's that I smell?
I'm constantly critting on the second hit of Bulldozer. I feel like it's happened like 3 out of the 5 fights that I've had him. Good to see Shark Claws. Good to sell Shark Claws.
Reward
Gina,
the
where are my
peaceful.
bugs? Thank you.
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
Blue Beetle. When an adjacent item poisons, charges 1 second. Now, I don't really have the support for it just yet, so it's not going to go on the board. But it and Power Drill and Insect Wing and Eagle Talisman are all pretty much going to go on the board at the same time. Bomb Squad. You do not need an upgrade, especially one that costs 4. You are one of the most likely items to go off the field soon. I don't have enough resources. I do have to try and take the fight. And I don't get it. I'm gonna sell that scrap even though I don't want to, so that I can get the security camera, so that I can sell that, which I do want to sell. Single weapon, couple poisons. I'm guessing that's an enchanted catfish. It is. Oh, you got an enchantment up. You're not level 10. And you've not hit death's doors, so that was just like maybe a resorted catfish you got at the start of the game and you've leveled up since then? It's a pretty good enchant. We got through 2 of your health bars in that time. That's actually wild. Our damage is really quick. Hang on, let's roll that back. Because you've got a life preserver. You've also got 1,700 health and you're level 8. So you've got a lot more health than me. We kill you once, and then the life preserver triggers, and we get it again even without crits. Okay, we are pretty potent. How many times the red firefly triggers? See so many haste and slow triggers.
Everyone here is huge. It's terrifying.
Oh, Yellow Mantis upgrade. We take those.
Something huge.
There's the upgraded defense matrix. Haste adjacent items 1 second, every 8 seconds, and when you use an adjacent item, shield 5. Important to note, the enchantments carried by this are also when you use an adjacent item triggers. Obviously not particularly relevant in this run, but worth knowing. Zara, hasten charge skills, Rukon weapon skills, all in gold tier skills. I'm just going to go all in gold tier skills and look for something general and utility based.
Power, but he can never surpass me in years.
When you slow, your weapons gain 4 damage to the fight. Admittedly, Black Spider is going to be giving a lot of damage to all weapons. It would give 12 every time it goes off. Currently, it gives 3, courtesy of Beautiful Friendship. Core has a cooldown reduced by 10 while you have burn, double this effect, not really relevant. And Invigorating Cold, the first time you free seat fight, haste 2 items 2 seconds. That would happen. We do have Blue Beetle. I don't have Blue Beetle on the field yet, but as soon as I do... Well, realistically, Blue Beetle and something else would replace Race Call. And then Bomb Squad doesn't really want to be on the field either. Don't want to take... Well, Bomb Squad's not as... it's a lot of haste triggers, really, is what Bomb Squad's doing right now. This is currently only 1 haste trigger, freezes a single item for that amount of time. It's not great. Slow and steady, I feel like, is a good way for me to scale damage that would be dealt by the power drill.
It bloomed into a Dira.
And head to the docks and look for a tool. Welding torch. Sure. Not gonna be especially relevant. Sure. Chillium, buddy, guy, opal, friend, dude, guy. Do you actually have anything worth a damn? Icicle. Igloo's pretty good, but not for this build. Reaching the summit. Yeah, no, not enough to make you better than Thug. I'm so sorry. Thug could even give me an additional second of slow on the Black Spider, courtesy of an improvised bludgeon. Could give me 40 gold from the Bar of Gold. Could slow down all enemy cooldowns by a full second and make the game blatantly unfair. Fastest bugs in the game versus a full additional second of cooldown applied to only 1 field. Damn. I saw a skill was coming up, and unfortunately it was the silver one rather than the diamond. Strength. Your weapons deal 15 additional damage. Tatiana sells toys from any hero. I don't... There is a toy friend, but it's not from a hero. It's called Teddy, and it's from the... It's a legendary item, which you can only get from the Mr. Moo. No, from the Thieves Guild, from looting the chest, I believe. Artisan Dunes, 2 additional burn on the Red Firefly. It really pales in comparison compared to the amount of damage we do on this. Tatiana, could you... A wand could actually be playable, though. And you sell wands. Marbles is not appropriate, though. Snow Globe, also not running properties. You're a pretty expensive reroll, but if you have the wand on the other side, it could be worth it. Boomerang, when you want to fight with against the monster with this, get a random loot. Realistically, I could run Boomerang instead of Race Carl against most enemies and be fine. And if this gives me loot, if it gives me like a silver tier cooldown reduction feather for everything, it's already paid for itself and then some. I do need to start selling stuff though, because I'm not going to have space to hold all of these different plans. I think Eagle Talisman and Insect Wing should be sold, and I do think the Power Drill is going to end up going on board, so I'm going to sell for both of those. I do think Boomerang replaces the Race Call that way when it's going on field. Goldie sells gold tier items. Yeah, I gotta look. Yeah, even if I have to sell out my entire inventory, I've gotta look.
There's 2 kinds of and stupid.
Dualtron mainframe. When you use a friend, charge the core 1 second, and haste a large item 1 second. Your Dualtron has the core type. So that's set up for having a Dualtron nitrogen hammer. Every 10 seconds, deal 200 damage, freeze an item 1 second. When you freeze, charge this 1 second, and it gains 100 damage for the fight. I'd have to get Blue Beetle upgraded something fierce. And I'm about to stop being offered bronze. Tomorrow, B1 and B2 turn up for the last time, so I might be able to upgrade it then. Realistically, this is, do I want to buy a Dualtron mainframe just speculatively in case I get Dualtron? Because then the board has to be Dualtron, Dualtron's mainframe, and the 5 bugs. That's the only way that board goes after that. I don't think that's as good as just supporting Power Drill. I also don't think I reroll here.
Lux Ward.
If I got Dualtron first, yes, but I can't spend 16 gold by getting rid of something important. Could be Power Drill, Boomerang, or Turbo Cool It. I can't get rid of something important to spend a bunch of money on something that I then have to wait to find another large gold item to spend a bunch of money on before it's actually relevant. Ah, Eucalyptus.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
That looks like a Weatherglass build of some kind. Weatherglass. Mantis Shrimp. Oh, I see. Increasing that. I mean, it's a gold Mantis Shrimp. That's going to have a decent amount of damage on it.
Next time, boys, less blunder, more plunder.
Good damage from us, though. So I lost the first 2 days. Otherwise, I'm on pace. I'm going to lose power with this unless I get the Robotics Factory or something soon. I'm going to study. There's not many medium items that I want with this build right now. 2 gold for every friend you have, including Stash. I will take 18. Mandala, hey, do you want to do me a favor and transform the Turbo Coolant into... Oh my god, do the green Wasp. Please. Turbo Green Wasp? Dang. Turbo Cooling Fan. Not gonna do it for us. Let's feel the Boomerang. Yes, I would have forgotten. Thankfully, I didn't, but absolutely good. Car Conductor. This has a... If you have a vehicle, your other items have reduced cooldown, which stacking on top of Bulldozer, who is also a vehicle, is insane. Burninator Bot, you have first couple times you slow trigger a burn item, which is also pretty good for keeping our build going. You'll give me my level 10 enchant, though, before I hit the next fight. So it's got to be the Burninator Bot. Obviously, the ideal outcome here is slow burn or pylon. Pylon just because it's a pile of money that I could sell. Slow burn, first 5 times you slow each fight, charge a burn item 1 second. So when the black spider goes off, it triggers the red firefly, and then it triggers the black spider. So it's a virtuous cycle. Okay, weak point detector is back again. Upgrade hammer. Upgrade your leftmost bronze tier item. Well, thank you, Boomerang, for giving me the ability to upgrade my Blue Beetle. I do think Aiden should go off field, and now the Blue Beetle should be on field. I don't know if I want... I do want to be running race car. Yeah, you go there. Of course. Of course. Of course. There's no way it's powered... No, not yet. But soon. And yeah. Ooh. Metronome's not bad. It's certainly something that does go in a power drill and race car build, but it's also an item that doesn't do anything. Like, does Power Drill need that additional speed? Is it worth the space that it takes on board? Like, I could take Bulldozer off of the field right now, right? We could do this and then just pop Metronome between Race Car and Power Drill, and things would go off quite quickly. The start of the fight would be a lot slower, though, because Bulldozer is taking the start of the fight down to only 4.8 seconds, which I do think is really relevant. Definitely going to take Crypto to try and gamble on its value.
Remember,
I'll upgrade First Aid and even Snowden Field at the moment. I could see a possible future where it goes back on. Non-weapon items are really important, but fighting enemies is also really important. Oasis Guardian? Oh, can I have your regen skill, please? Waters of Infinity, you have 10 additional regen for each non-weapon item you have. So that's just 50 regen for us by base. Seems worth it to me. Yeah, I'm not killing especially quickly, but that is largely because the boomerang's on field rather than race car. Oh, incense. I like that. We'll hit the cinders there on the red firefly because of how often it goes off. Pick up incense. Probably gonna have to get rid of that. Celestial Conduit. Enchanted item with cannot be frozen, slowed, or destroyed. I don't think I want that right now. Let's have a look at Bill's enchants are okay. Fine at best. A random enchant on Boomerang isn't bad because all of the loot that it generates will also be enchanted with a random enchant. Randomized enchant on Power Drill, also not so bad. Black Spider and Yellow Mantis happen constantly, so random enchants on them also not so bad if I'm looking for status effects. It's definitely going to be random enchant.
Have you ever considered becoming triangular?
I kind of like putting it on the boomerang just so, but let's think of it very quickly. Boomerang. So if it enchanted something with heavy, it would be additional seconds of slow, good. Icy, additional seconds of ice, good. Turbo, same, good. Shielded, bad. Restorative, bad. Toxic, bad at the moment. Fiery, good. Deadly, good. Obsidian, bad. So what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them are good. 4 of them are bad. That said, I don't think we have a better hit rate with the other ones. Fiery. Okay. Honestly, considering how often the red firefly goes off, not bad. Totally reasonable. Sell crypto for 15? Yep. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't want to get to the first half of the next day and I can't sell it for anything above 15. I'd rather just cash it in now, especially when I have such a surplus of cash. I want to be real aggressive about finding additional pieces for our build tomorrow. Oh, Toxic Force Field. That can do a lot of damage. I need to find a way to constantly suppress their shield while killing him here. And that does it. Race Car managed to crit. I think we can kind of slow walk our way to the 7th victory, but like this board is unsustainable after that. Mandala, will you like do me a solid this time, please? Green Wasp. Turbo Metronome? I mean, I'm glad to have a metronome that I didn't have to invest in realistically, but like Turbo Metronome. I'll look at Kev's Armory because you could have a couple of things that could matter. Shielded Blastor certainly isn't it. And Mech Moles isn't either.
No armor?
No Dualtron.
So brave.
Death Knight Reaper. I worry that I don't beat Death Knight Reaper if I field the fiery boomerang. I don't heal in fight. I think it's more important that I beat that enemy and get all of the experience out of it than that I get the loot. Oh, Runic Great Axe is 100% crit chance as well. I forgot about that. Guaranteed crit on Scythe. Though the Scythe is also doing less damage now. Nice. Yeah, I believe we get the like crit in response. They get a full HP bar. We're not doing a huge amount of damage. If the alternative was we were running the boomerang. Sapphire. Oh dear. Your other freeze items have an additional second to freeze duration. Blue Beetle is only... I was about to say Blue Beetle is only balanced, but I'm certain that would cause an uproar. Blue Beetle's balancing is based around the fact that it's only a 0.5 second freeze. Taking that to a 1 second freeze is a lot. Mullifong's got burn skills, Wriggle's got poison skills, Simon's got mostly skills that are related to the core, which we're not running on field, so I'm not particularly interested in that. I'm gonna go to Mullifong. Look at your burn skills. When you use an item with burn, that item gains 2 additional burn for the fight. I honestly think that means the red Firefly is going to be capable of doing a significant amount of damage by itself.
Element of surprise, you know?
Kino. It's pretty late for a solar farm. We don't run that. I'm realistically using Bulldozer as my solar farm instead. Cooldown reduction rather than haste. Bunker. You take 10% less damage. Your shield items have +1 multicast. I am very interested in making a bunker run work. It's just not right now, thank you. Omega Ray, when you use the core or another ray, I don't use my core to... Also, I have a better way of scaling burn damage if I need to. I'm going to upgrade this metronome, because now when I transform it at Mandala, it's going to become something gold. Oh, this is difficult. Shrouded Figure is offering between 2 and 4 experience, which is hard to turn down, but Hef, selling burn items? I honestly don't... You're not gonna sell me the red Firefly. You literally can't right now. I don't care about that. I care about burn enchanted items that you could sell, but that's a long shot. It has to be a burn enchanted item and also relevant to my build. Yeah, Truffle sells, gives additional value to leftmost. Not great. Well, we'll be going to the fight like this. Ugh, max drop 0 fights so far. This seems like a position where I'm going to take some damage. Oh, paralyzing rush when you slow, haste the weapon 1 second. Yep. Oh my god. Smelling salts when you slow, haste the weapon to the left of this 2 seconds. A toxic Illuso ray on board for the slow triggers. Wait a second. You are really powerful, right? I feel like I'm perma-slowed. Yeah, okay, no. I'm not perma-slowed, though. Their slow access is actually surprisingly low. Especially considering literally every slow for them has 2 triggers of haste. Like, Deadly Beach Ball is giving out crit chance to other items this fight, but an item that's slowed would have given significantly more damage to the Shock Ray. Look. They might not have been able to find it. Maybe they're working on one in the backpack. I don't know the story. I'm just saying I wouldn't want to run into that build again with another slowing item on board. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Pearl. Do you want to show me the best item you can, please?
Yataria? The dunes? Where shall we start?
Wow. Cryo Sleeve. Every 4 seconds, freeze this and adjacent items for 1 second. When any item gains freeze, shield 75. So, Blue Beetle will give a surprising amount of shield. Shield. With that, because it does a surprising amount of freezing. I don't think I want to run it, though. It's a way to get shielding by killing my damage. Also, this and adjacent items get 1 second freeze. If I wanted to run the Sapphire, I would also be increasing the freeze that I'm giving my own items. Ooh, there's a Dubralian Drum. I don't use weapons, though. I guess I do. I don't really care about my weapons. How about that, then? Skillet, if both adjacent items are food, this has +1 multicast. Weatherglass. If you have another item with burn, poison, slow, or freeze, this has +1 multicast for each. We have slow, burn, freeze. We don't have poison yet. There it is! Poison! I'm kidding, that's Chem Snail. It is poison, it's just not what I'm looking for. Satchel, reload, I don't do reloads. Spyglass is a passive I'm not particularly interested in here. Alpha Ray, Icicle, and Narwhal are also not going to hit the spot for us. I don't need Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad is like a easy cut from my board. There's the Dualtron mainframe back. Also Matchbox. When you use a non-weapon item, charges 1 second, and we do have conflagration. Damn. There's Dualtron mainframe again, just in case I want to deeply invest. I could upgrade the metronome to diamond tier before transforming it with Mandala again, hoping that it gets better. Just a little long shot, that one. So if Matchbox were to go on field, and Matchbox could certainly contribute to this board quite well, what would my board be? Like, Rayskull, realistically, I think still wants to be on that board. I think the cooldown reduction from Bulldozer is still contributing to enough of my damage that I can't justify taking it off just for Matchbox. No. We're going to need like a multiplier. Land Scraper, Kukri, and Snow Globe certainly aren't especially relevant here. Steam Ladle, when you freeze, this gains +6 burn for the fight. Pretty good with a Blue Beetle. But compared to what we can do, not especially. Radiant Brick Buddy and a Solar Farm. I roll again. At great expense to myself, a Deadly Sword. The Deadly Sword. Adjacent items have their cooldown reduced by 10% and has +1 multicast if you have a large item. I do like it, but as not a friend, I can't really use it. Obsidian Welding Torch deals damage equal to shield. Jabali Longbow. Alright, I'm going to take the bailout I'm being offered. Angry Balloon Bot. Every 4 seconds deal 10 damage. When you lose shield, this gains damage equal to 40% of the shield you lost. And I'm going to get rid of first aid now. I didn't want to, but reasonably I have to do it at some point. And I'm going to get the Angry Balloon Bot, and then I'm going to be selling the Angry Balloon Bot. I'm not actually going to be running it. JJ.
Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
Dually Scarf. When this or an adjacent item gains freeze, remove it. That and Cryo Sleeves I could have seen, certainly, maybe. It's a great way to get a bunch of shield and then die to the enemy who has been doing damage while you did your shield combo. Pylon, when you slow, hasten item 2 seconds. Not bad, but not enough to change my mind here. Ice 9000. Every 9 seconds, poison 9. Then, freeze 3 items for 1 second. When you freeze, this gains 9 poison for the fight. There's no way, right? Okay, I have a thought. My thought is this. Sell Bomb Squad. If I ran Ice 9000 right here, sure, it takes a while to go off, but it's going to get haste from other items. It will go off. And if I run the Sapphire as well, it's freezing 3 items for 2 seconds, and this one's freezing 2 items for 2.5. Sorry, 1.5. I think this is literally just use Sapphire to turn this into a bigger lockdown without having to get multicast on the Blue Beetle. And honestly, I can't think of a better place to test it. I'm going to go to the Void Colossus. I'm intentionally not using the Boomerang here because I do think it makes my board much weaker, and I really need as much speed and freezing as I can possibly get in this fight. We've got to prevent the Eye of the Colossus from going off, because if it hits Bulldozer, we are screwed. Yep. Uh-oh. Oh, we both died on the same frame! Yeah! Woo! Oh. Eye of the Colossus. When you use an adjacent item, charges 1 second. Oh. I think I'm supposed to freeze all their items now and then blow them up. Do I get rid of Race Call? This is really difficult. Eye of the Colossus. Every 11 seconds, destroy an enemy item for the fight. When you use an adjacent item, charges 1 second. So if I just put all of my fastest bugs on either side of this, it'd go off ridiculously. What is the fastest that I can do for it, though? Like, realistically, we imagine Bulldozer's probably not on that field, because 2 large items means I only have 4 left. I'm really trying to justify not having to do this. But when do you get the opportunity? Like, realistically, if I can find 1 additional slot other than Ice 9000 to take off the board right now, I do it. Blue Beetle Sapphire is enough to keep the enemy on lockdown for a bit. I don't want to take the Black Spider off field. That's really important. I don't want to take the Red Firefly or the Yellow Mantis off field. Those are really important. I don't want to take Bulldozer off field. That's really important for the speed of the thing. But Bill is the easiest because it's the least cooldown reduction applied to the Eye of the Colossus. At least directly. Bill would need to be upgraded when I get to Diamond tier here. For the 30% cooldown. That said, I'm already permalocking them down. I'm already doing a huge amount of damage. The only reason the Void Colossus was a problem is because he has an item that burns me when I use items. I'm gonna sell Race Skull. I'm gonna get the Eye of the Colossus. I was about to say I'm almost certainly gonna sell the Eye of the Colossus. I am gonna sell the Eye of the Colossus. I'm upgrading Bulldozer. I'm getting 20%. Sorry, the 10%. On top of what we already had. Additional cooldown reduction. I'm going to be heading to Bazaar, networking for experience. And Mandala. Hey, it's time. Let's get the Wasp. Oh? Turbo Fibo Optox. When you use your leftmost item, charge your rightmost item 1 second. And when you use your leftmost item, haste your rightmost item 1 second. My leftmost item isn't especially quick. I liked that and Power Drill go on the same board. I know of that. I'm certain of that much. I don't know anything else though. Oh, single weapon build. It's a submarine. I am wholly unthreatened by this. There's 2 items on the board that can be frozen, and they will be. Stay cool. Gotta check out what Midsworth's holding. Nope. Sorry, buddy. Literally nothing you could have done. How about
Like a
Pearl,
hard
though?
one. Need some work.
Well, I'm not going to give you all my money this time. That's just the inappropriate thing for you to ask for. So why don't you just give me the green wasp and I'll be on my way. Says the Beast of Burden Diamond here. 10 seconds, deal 100 damage. Sorry, this has the types of the items you have. This has +1 multicast for each of its types. I'm a little worried about that because I have a friend, vehicle, and a weapon, which is also what Beast of Burden is. Weapon, vehicle, and friend. And then nothing else. So it'd have 3 multicast. Dang. Of course, like, I could field Power Drill, and then it gets Tool. Like, it could get tech if I had the Turbo Fiber Optics on field, but then it's got 5 times more. I could ruin my entire board just to run a Bob. Duct Tape when you use the item left of this shield 15. Invulnerability Potion, take no damage for 2 seconds. It's not bad, but I don't have the space for things that don't synergize with this build. Pyrocarbon, when you gain burn, haste your items 1 second. Not doing much burn gain, unfortunately. Cash register for income, not really relevant at this point in the game. Swashbuckle and Soul Ring, no thank you. I gotta set a lower threshold for myself of how much money I'm willing to roll down to. I don't want to get below 20. Oh, Scales. That hits. Scales, 5 seconds. Charge adjacent items 2 seconds. If you have the same amount of items on both sides of this, charge all other items instead. Okay. I'll be taking that. Zara, haste and charge skills, Adira diamond tier skills. I'm gonna look at Adira's diamond tier skills. I would love to see multicast your leftmost tool. Oh my god. Okay, Lefty Lucy, first 10 times you use your leftmost, haste an item, sure. Heavy firepower, 5 off your items, get plus 25 damage on your weapons, not relevant. Command ship. If you have a vehicle, reduce your non-vehicle items cooldowns by 20%. Huge. So Ice 9000, currently a 5-second cooldown. Negative 30% from Bulldozer, another 20% from still Bulldozer. However, Scales, 4-second cooldown. And it charges all of the items on both sides of it 2 seconds every 4 seconds. Of course, it will be perma-hasted pretty quickly. So every 2 seconds, it will charge all items on both sides of it for 2 seconds. It is difficult to argue that Ice 9000 would be better than it, and it's especially difficult to make that argument in a world where if I put Ice 9000 on the board, I can't run Scales. I can't get an equal amount of items on both sides of it. I need Blue Beetle and Sapphire to be there. Oh my god, Veteran Octopus, please give me medium focus. I know I have a fiery boomerang, but I don't want to run it. I can run it right now. I can beat this enemy just by running because he's not powerful. He's very weak, actually. Fine, I'll do it. I just really wanted to show up the Scales. If I don't win this fight, I'm gonna be so mad. I mean, at myself, but it's still mad. Okay, yeah. The burn from Conflagration is a lot. We got an 855 burn on them. We don't have to worry about that slot being damage. Fiery Eagle Talisman. 10% crit to our leftmost as well as burn. You know what? I'm going to give both of those to the Firefly. It's doing serious burn. And in a world where I'm running the scales, it's going to be a lot of my damage. Let's head to Mysterious Portal. Seraphina.
I have seen realms you cannot comprehend.
Obsidian Pylon
But
is
this
nice. When you slow, deal 30 damage, and also I have the Black Spider, so I'm slowing 3 times constantly, doing damage, and also when I slow and when I use friends, I increase the damage of my weapons, so the Obsidian Pylon would do even more. That said, my only slows come out of the Black Spider, and the Black Spider being that fast relies on Bulldozer being on field. So it'd be Bulldozer, Pylon, and then Black Spider, and then what else am I doing with that board? Like 7 items on field. Do I want to put scales on that board as well? Shield of Virus, Obsidian Crypto. Realistically, it's worth noting that Golden Crypto sells for a lot more than it says it does, so I'm going to buy it.
Gift from the Empyrean. Well, I guess you did pay for it.
Heavy Combat Core. 6 seconds. My boy. Starting First Aiden's here. Shield First Flamer. No. Golden Crypto sells, Silver Tier Crypto sells from 0 to 11. It says 10, but it's 11. And then Golden Crypto doubles its value. I've seen this sell for some up, like all the way up until like 40s. This thing doesn't multiply the number correctly, and as a result, you can get a lot of money out of it. Let's have a look at what is in the next specs.
For peace.
Oh my god, we got the Green Wasp. When an adjacent item slows or freezes, charges 1 second. Now here's the question, do I run the Green Wasp? I don't think Ice 9000 goes back on the field at this point. God, do I think Power Drill goes back on the field? I'm going to sell Ice 9000 here and take the Green Wasp.
For the good of all.
So, like, that's kind of the argument that's being made, right? When you use your leftmost item, charge your rightmost item a second. And then I would invert it like this. So that when the blue beetle goes off, and it should go off as quickly as it possibly can, it charges Bulldozer as well as hasting Bulldozer at the same time. Oh, wow. Yeah, let's upgrade the value of that crypto.
I can feel our energies resonating.
Gold tier loot. Oh! 2 experience. We take that. Yeah, the stacking of command ship and diamond tier Bulldozer really makes it hard to justify doing anything else here. Maybe I've got this back to front though. When you use your leftmost item, charge your rightmost item. Maybe the item that I want to activate the most is not Bill, rather, is the Beetle. And like, you can just invert this order. Of course, it ruins the portrait behind them. You'll see that if I have them in the other order, their portrait is like a little circle at the top. Like they all face the right direction. But they can be completely inverted and they'll still have the correct adjacencies. This is just a way to get additional seconds of trigger on Blue Beetle quite quickly. Quickly? I wouldn't call it quickly. I would say a lot. Quite a lotly. Basically, if that freeze gets fast enough, because it's got 3 targets in a 1.5 second duration, it prevents enemies from playing... Oh, 2 targets in a 1.5 second duration. My bad. But it should prevent enemies from getting to play the game, which, like, sucks for them, but it's pretty good for me. Yeah, thanks, bud. They had a fiery elemental depth charge, and I desperately didn't want to see it in action. Yeah. Yeah, Bugs powerful. Bugs is powerful. I mean, Elmer Fudd hasn't got him yet. Curio sells bronze tier neutral items. Mandala, I don't think I'm going for another transform with the fiber optics. I think I hit.
Howdy, hero.
Oh my good.
That's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you. While you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
God, it's really hard. I don't want to get rid of the scales. I like it so much. But this makes everything go faster, but everything's already going so fast. Does it need scales? But maybe it does. I don't know. Yeah. I'm sorry to get rid of you.
My rusty circuits to see that find a home.
Mantis now hasting 4 items for 3 seconds. It's nice. To be expected. I mean, look.
Tell you who set the Bazaar.
The experience is all that really matters right now.
It is their plaything.
Now, Volcus. Buddy, do you still have a snowflake on board for me? You do indeed. No, you don't. No, I misread. No, you don't. Damn. Still probably the best target for us here, unfortunately.
Target acquired.
I have enough HP. I think I have enough HP to win this fight. It's bad to be freezing enemy items in this fight because they like it when items are frozen. I just figured I would be powerful enough not to need to worry, but yeah, that was right. So we're fine.
Target threat level.
I certainly should have reorganized things so I didn't have to. Oh my god, I still have the boomerang. I don't even know if I could have used the boomerang in that fight, to be fair. Icebreaker. When any item gains freeze, charges 2 seconds. When this item gains freeze, remove freeze from it, and it removes freeze from all your items. I gotta say, I'm not gonna be running the Icebreaker, just the combo with the Blue Beetle. Maybe if the Blue Beetle was Diamond tier and I needed damage. Maybe. Not in this circumstance. Turbo Fiber Optics. If this upgrades, it gets 2 seconds of charge over to the Blue Beetle. Which, like, that has to be better. No. Yeah. I'm gonna upgrade the Blue Beetle. I was gonna say it has to be better than the additional target of freeze, but it doesn't has to be better than the additional, because it's worse. Because the additional target of freeze is better. Alas. Middle sells medium items. Honestly, middle, the only medium item you could sell that I would care about would be a fiery boomerang that I would never put on field. Give me 625 max HP, and you know what? Let us clock out. This is a standard day in the Dually factory. We made the bugs, we got the bulldozer. Bulldozer's a big command ship, and they all go fast. Let's swamp Shafetto. Collect our 6. Maybe a daily quest or 2, even. I haven't even checked on what they are, so maybe we fulfilled all of them. Ooh, 5 or fewer items. No, you don't have those. Oh, wand. Charge your other non-weapon items 2 seconds and has multicast because it's adjacent to a toy ship. I'm so glad that I am perma-freezing your Regal Blade so you can't do anything to me. You've got 75% additional max HP, but that doesn't matter when you're perma-frozen, buddy. I feel bad. I knew... remember when I started this video by saying sorry? It's because I knew I was getting here. Thankfully, we've done it, right? Look, by the way, I'm not telling you I'm not going to do this again in the future. I'm just telling you we've done it, so I will no longer be able to use the excuse in the future that we haven't yet done it. Let me show you the culprits, frankly. I mean, realistically, the biggest problem I had this whole run was deciding what board to run. Oh, no, you're not going to show me my backpack? Can I not look at my backpack after the game? Buddy, please. I desperately want to look at the options that I was choosing not to use. All right. Oh my god, full lockdown. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these bugs are gonna get swished in the next patch, I can tell you that much. They're just so effective. I'll zoom in on the rest, although I'm not certain it'll be too relevant. I'm gonna collect my 6 chests. What do we got? 2 more towards gold 1. Looks like the daily quests must have rolled over while I was there, because it's given me no completion towards any of these. And I guess it didn't complete any of the previous ones? That's unfortunate for us. Thankfully, I do think I'm going to have enough time still to get the next expansion before the season rollover, but even if I didn't, it would be automatically applied to my account. Hey, for the moment though, my name's been Rhapsody. Name of the game has been the Bazaar. Top left is the series Top left is the series playlist for all of my content on the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past the names of the people so channels. Supporting the Republic on patreon.com/AfterPlays. Add above the thank you and a special thanks to this episode to Kamara. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.